Netflix is in a really good spot very suddenly. So I'm curious to see what their decisions are like as a business. They're in such a good spot that they just have decided to do away with like the ad supported tier of Netflix. That's gone. Prices are going up. Like, I don't care anymore. Like something has happened internally to where, I mean, I know that they just signed WWE content.
Yeah, Raw. Is it Monday Night Raw or something like that?
Yeah, it's Monday Night Raw starting in January 2024, but eventually will like after the licensing fees for WWE elsewhere drops off, like on Fox and USA Network and other places, Netflix will eventually get all of it.
Oh,
So
okay.
Netflix is going to be making like their own documentaries, WWE related documentaries. They're going to have access to Monday Night Raw and also like the live events, like the pay-per-view stuff once a month. So they're in a pretty good spot, and they're definitely toying around with not meeting the consumers halfway like they had been, because stock had been plummeting. Everyone's complaining. Netflix has made all these conservations here, and now they aren't, and so it makes me feel like this is another viable option for them to come in. If Apple's going to allow a little bit more to Netflix to take a little bit more. Obviously, they're not going to do it on Vision Pro for now, but.
No, but I completely agree with your take on the Vision Pro stuff. It's like, if you've not got the good version yet, then stick with the web.
Oh, so I'm safe here?
Yeah.
Okay,
there's
good.
no attacks here.
Oh, good.
Not on that anyway. I'm sure we'll find something.
This is why you should host Genius Bar.
It keeps coming up. Like I've told you.
I'm
just
trying to manifest
speak to my people. But yeah, as well on the Netflix thing, I know they've picked up about 13 million subs in the last couple of months, which is pretty good.
And they were on the brink of something not great, so that's good for them.
Yeah, 100%. But it sounds like what they want to do with the WWE stuff, if you're talking about the documentaries and that side of things, it sounds like what they've already done for Formula One, like with Drive to Survive. That massively blew up Formula One, especially during the pandemic when everything was like shut off. We learned who the characters are behind the scenes, and it kind of really brought it home for people. I think that's what WWE is probably looking for from this.
And especially bringing in, like, they don't do this often. I know they have a slight history of it, but Monday Night Raw is a live show. So this is going to be like Netflix is slowly turning on options for like appointment viewing.
Mm-hmm.
So it feels like in a few years we're going to be looking at, it almost feels like a Trojan horse. Like Netflix came in, convinced everyone to cord cut, and now they're just siphoning away everything cable used to do and be, and now they're going to be cable.
Yeah. No,
very odd.
I definitely see that. And sort of to move us back a little bit towards Apple stuff, what Disney Plus are doing with Vision Pro with those environments and that sort of thing, I can see that working for a lot of the Netflix shows as well, like Stranger Things, like being in the house to watch the show and that kind of stuff. That might be pretty cool.
Can you imagine the resources that took from Disney? Like that's another thing people keep pointing out is, well, if Netflix and YouTube and Spotify aren't making an app, why can Disney? And I don't know how short people's memories are. Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, was on stage at WWDC as part of the introduction for Vision Pro. There's obviously an agreement, a partnership there. Somebody's paying somebody. That's a different level of interest than a brand like Netflix or YouTube would have to be on Vision Pro right away.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, Bob Iger used to be on the board of Apple. Until Apple TV Plus was coming and Disney Plus was coming at the same time, and they kind of split at that point. Disney and Apple go back so far. Like Pixar was owned by Steve Jobs and sold to Disney. Yeah, there's so much that goes back there, and I'm not ruling out Disney Apple merger at some point.
Oh no, absolutely not. Yeah, I could see that happening.
Yeah, I know.
Like that's one of those things where if I woke up and that was the headline for tomorrow, I'd be like, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah.
Although there's certainly people out there in the industry that are like, no, it will never happen. It will absolutely never happen.
Never is a very strong word.
Yeah, I know. But that word keeps coming up, and I keep bookmarking tweets.
Okay, good. I know who to come to then.
So whenever it happens, I'll be like, about that.
Yeah. I have some receipts to show you.
Yes. Thank you so much for watching this clip from Aluminium, Apple News with a British accent. If you want to follow the podcast itself, you can either subscribe here on YouTube, or you can listen to the audio version on Spotify, Apple Music, or Amazon.